barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So I watched a lot of shout out to Ellie, who actually spent his own money going to flying out there. The only media guy, I believe, that went out there to cover Adrien Broner's media day. And you know, I want to give my honest take on Adrien Broner. I'll use this disclaimer. You guys don't know, but I spent some time with AB and Tank uh, when they were here. We actually spent the whole day together, actually, and I'm gonna talk about my the energy in which I felt in terms of Adrien Broner as it relates to this fight. I'll talk about Tank in a separate video, so I don't interwove their emotional state as it relates to this fight. Um, I've never ever seen Adrien Broner like wanting something. You know, like it's 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 kind of play because he does that play move where he can trick you with his personality and he'll make you believe that he's serious. I've spoke on videos about that in the past. I genuinely believe that he's serious, and by no means am I tricked or am I saying bet $1 million on Adrien Broner. I 100% know that he's the underdog in this fight, but I just want to give you guys my interpretation of the reality in which I see, right? Uh, and what caught me yesterday, he said something. I wrote, I'm not home. I wrote down the quote, but he said, I should have put it in my phone. Damn, he said, well, I wouldn't be able to give it to you anyway because I'm recording, but he said something to the effect of, I got a chance to get generational money. And he used the word which was odd to me coming from Adrien Broner. Odd meaning that he wouldn't typically use that word. And then I saw a conversation with Ellie and they all had in Rick Ross's studio. Um, how Rick Ross holds his friends accountable. And I don't know what he says to Adrien Broner privately, but in my humble opinion, Rick Ross did an eloquent job and an honest and street talk combined with common sense, combined with protecting his friend, and combined with understanding the seriousness of this moment that Adrien Broner is in as it relates to his career and the potential growth. And we all said, man, Adrien Broner needs some guys, some friends around him to hold him accountable. I thought you guys got to go watch that Rick Ross. Again, shout out to Ellie for giving us that footage because there's no way. Honestly, Ellie is the only person that could have got us this footage because Adrien Broner and Ellie have a great relationship. So at the end of the day, you got to give Ellie a shout out for that. Matter of fact, I'm going to text him after this video because you always give a person their flowers while they're alive. You know what I mean? And if you see a flower, you always water it. So at the end of the day, give people compliments, give them what they deserve, and you know what I mean, that's just the right way to do things. That's just the right way to be about life. So, as I digress, I'm rocking Kennedy. So you guys, I'm trying to get through this video by rocking her, and she's out. She's asleep. So at the end of the day, I think it's just essential and important. Oh, getting back to Rick Ross. I thought, man, you guys got to watch that interview, and it inspired me to want to interview Rick Ross because my last interview I saw with Rick Ross at length was on the Breakfast Club, and I was shocked because I'd never known Rick Ross to talk like that. I mean, he talks about it in his music, but everyone talks about it in their music. Talking about putting his teammates on. If they don't eat, I don't eat. If they're not successful, I'm not successful. But feel free to watch. There's 2 Breakfast Club interviews I need you guys to watch. The Damon Dash interview. You start hustling for your last name. And if you don't own nothing, you're basically, the Damon Dash Breakfast Club interview, 1, and the Rick Ross interview, 2. And Rick Ross got a couple of them, so I don't know which one it is, but it was just essential. It was the one when Meek Mill was feuding with Wale. It was that interview, and it was pretty damn good. And I from that point on, I've always seen Rick Ross in a different light. Even his last album, I thought was his most mature album I've ever heard from Rick Ross. And I was like, wow, he's really coming of age, in terms of transitioning from just a hip hop star to being a cultural leader, so as it relates to the people that he wants to relate to, but as I digress back into Adrien Broner, Rick Ross held him accountable in that conversation. If you read between the lines and you understand, he has to respect his friend. So he can't go out and say X, Y, Z because that's his friend. That's his ally. And I think Adrien Broner is connected to this moment. To what level, I don't know, because this is my first time where I'm looking at Adrien Broner and I'm like, I get a sense that he's either going to be the dog or the dog food. And I don't know to what level, but I know he's connected to this moment. What percentage, I don't know. And we have to wait and see. As I tell you guys, I'm not tricked, bamboozled, or anything like that. Especially guys coming from me, because you guys know how critical I've been of Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner knows how critical I've been of him. We done had hundreds of conversations. So, but that evening I spent with him, I'll give you guys this claim with her. No, I'm not going to talk about it because it'll come out sooner or later. It should be out probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks. That episode should be out of what we did, and should be fun. So you guys will actually learn more about Tank and Adrien Broner if they edit it perfectly, which I believe they will. You all will learn a lot. So, but he's connected to this moment. To what level, I can't answer that. But this is the first time where I've humbly seen it, because we're eating, and I watch everything. I'm real playful and jovial. You may not know it by my personality, because I can intermix with you. I can, whatever level you on, if you want a street conversation, I can have a street conversation with you. If you want to talk about degrees from Harvard or talk about having intellectual conversation, I can do that too. And as I'm having these conversations, I'm watching every moment. I'm watching everything that goes on. And I see he understands. Adrien Broner understands. And I hope, like I said, I hope he wins. I think he upsets the apple cart if he wins. Me rooting for Adrien Broner won't do much. Adrien Broner rooting for Adrien Broner will do a whole lot. So, the same way I approached the Robert Easter fight, you guys were mad at me that week because I wouldn't break down the fight. But Robert Easter inspired me that camp. And you guys, I was actually in training camp. What was that the week of July 28th, I was in training camp leading into Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia. So I was using his videos and an inspiration. He used to have words of affirmation. He would write words of affirmation on his stories and put it on his dresser and put it on his mirror. And that inspired me, because much of my existence have been spoke into existence. You understand? Remember we played that game MASH, Mansion, Apartment, Shack, or House? Remember we played that game? I believe that. I believe that I will be rich someday. I believe I didn't know there was a difference between rich and wealthy when I was a kid, but I literally believed that. And so I held back on speaking fracturing. You can't break energy, you can only transfer. But I just wanted to stay silent and let things fall. And some of you guys got mad at me, and that's fair. That's understandable. You have every right to be mad at me. I can't knock you for that. But I chose to lay silent, And this Adrien Broner thing, I think I may do the same thing. If it's not positive, I'm not gonna say it. You understand? Because there's something to be said about a man who wants to believe. Listen to me. Oh, I was a school teacher, so I understand this. Like, when you have a bad kid in your class who's been suspended twice consecutively, and he wants to do good, and he comes to your class that period, you even though he's acting up, you see the mental and physical progression in him, and so you honor that and you feed that piece of it. and I saw it in his interviews. Watch Adrien Broner's silent moments, like when he's not talking to the camera. He's not having side conversations. You understand? Like there are moments in these interviews. Maybe I'm reading in it too much. You guys may think I'm delusional or crazy, and that's fair too. That's your honest interpretation. But if you look at his silent moments, he's just staring at the camera. And typically, a typical Adrien Broner moment, whenever there's silence, he's loud. Whenever there's loud, he's the loudest. You know what I'm saying? So, watch these, pay attention to it, and let me know what you guys think. Will it be the same old Adrien Broner? It will, but I think we'll see. But let me know what you guys think. I'm real interested. I'm eager to cover this fight. This is not the next fight. We got Caleb Plant, Uzakaki. I learned a lot about Uzakaki watching the Korbal fight. Caleb Plant gonna beat the brakes off of this kid. Caleb Plant gonna beat the brakes off. Caleb Plant is going, mark my word, he is going to Lomachenko this kid in terms of the Axe, what's his name? The Axe man from Jamaica. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he's going to have him so frustrated. Watch what I say. He's going to be chasing him, throwing arm punches out. Watch what I say. Watch what I say what Uzakaki do. Oh, man. And he going to counter punch and check hook the shit out of. Mark my words. Mark my words. I'm going to start working on that fight. After Christmas, I'm all in on that fight because I'm definitely a fan. You guys, if you guys don't know the story about Caleb Plant, I'll tell you guys in an upcoming video. But let me know what you guys think about Adrien Broner. I'm going to read every comment in this video because I think it's important. I'm going to read every comment. I'm not fooled by Adrien Broner. I'm not changing my tune. I'm very pragmatic. And I know Adrien Broner has been an asshole. And I told him that comment he made, and I'm probably the only media person that told him. I whispered in his ear. I said, Adrien Broner, I wasn't happy with that comment you made about after the Mikey Garcia. You still gonna watch me in this? I didn't like that comment. I was taken back by it. You understand what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, that wasn't right. You got a family up 4, a husband, a father with his 2 kids, and maybe he took his girlfriend or he took his best friend, and he saved up what, $300 to take his kids to go see you fight against Mikey Garcia, and it wasn't I mean, and you didn't respect it. And you didn't respect the fact that he saved up his money to take his kid to come see you. I wanted the same questions I would ask or tell Floyd Mayweather in confidence about the last comment he made about my money is guaranteed. I don't care what the fans think. I thought that rubbed me the wrong way because we're all hard working. I don't care how much money you have. People get the misconception that rich people don't work hard and poor people don't work hard. People work hard, but it's you have to honor people's commitment to you. Whether it was, in this case, paying for the pay-per-view and Manny Pacquiao, Adrien Broner, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, I believe was his last pay-per-view. You have to honor that. You know, that don't come the same way I honor. People say, oh, it's just $5. I have to honor the fact that people are paying $5 to join my Patreon. I mean, that's $5. I mean, you guys, maybe I'm thinking of it from a too metaphysical or too big, but I think you have to honor that. You can't just say, oh, it's just $5. They're supposed to join. No, you have to stay. There's a certain level you have to stay humble. It obviously takes a certain level of confidence to charge people for your genius. But, I mean, in addition to that, there's a level of humility that you must forever possess. You understand? Like, when you die, they should see humility on your face in the casket or something. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, I salute y'all, man. I just watched. I'm sitting here, and I just watched like 3 or 4 Adrien Broner videos, and watching him reminded me of after the press conference And hopefully you guys will see that soon. But anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about Adrien. I'm real interested in your comments in this video. So, barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And lastly, we already know what Manny Pacquiao's on. He's going to come in 144, 145 pounds. He's going to be 80% of his old self. He's going to fight from angles. He's going to slip. He's going to jab, 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 pivot, left hand. He's going to catch Adrien Broner. We all know this, but me looking at Adrien Broner, looks like he wants to be the bigger, stronger guy. And Adrien Broner looks bigger on film than he does in person. Let me tell you that for sure. Because I was ready to kill Adrien Broner about him being fat and overweight and this and that. Remember? And I was like, Adrien, why are you promoting this tour and you're fat? He's not fat in real life. He has a different type of build, and he's kind of, it's all in here. Like, you know what I mean? So, anyways, man, you guys use your discretion. Barbershop conversations. Feel free to subscribe, but I'm interested in your comments. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.